Hi, I'm Janice and we're here today to share some yoga with you.
My name is Susan Taggets, and the purpose of this video today is to provide an adaptable yoga practice to be done either in a chair or standing for those with knee challenges to help regain their balance, strength, and peace.
We have a couple of rules to follow. The first one is no pain, no pain. At no point in this practice should you experience pain. If you do, just gently back off and do what you can. The second rule is to breathe. Be aware of your breath. Inhaling, exhaling.
Finally, you might want to have some props for this yoga practice. 2 blocks and a strap. Some common items in the home that might be available for you would be books instead of the blocks and a belt instead of the strap. We will begin our practice today in mountain pose. I will be performing the standing version. For that, you may need a chair nearby if you have any balance issues. Janice will be performing the seated version. For that, you might need some blocks to help ground your feet to the earth. To begin, ground your feet to the earth. Feel the energy rising through your legs, keeping a micro bend in your knee, drawing in your waistband, softening your shoulders. Draw your chin back and feel the energy rising through the crown of your head. Take 3 deep breaths to center.
Next, I want to share with you a technique I learned from Claire at LV Chair Yoga Australia. And she has a knee massage that she does that feels really, really great. So take both hands to each side of one knee. Just kind of rubbing on the sides. And then we'll do a little bit of pinching around the outsides of that knee. Not hurting yourself, just kind of waking up that area. Then tapping. And then a circular motion. Put one hand over the other and put it around your knee. And then change hands and go the other direction. Now we'll switch and do the other knee. The sides. And when you practice this, she recommends you do a minute with each motion. We're just kind of doing a little bit of a quicker version today. And then the pinching, and the tapping, and then the circular motions. Switch hands and go the other way. And another thing Claire does is at the end, we say thank you to our knees. We're grateful for our knees for holding us up and getting us through every day. So thanks to Claire for sharing this. I hope you'll enjoy this part of your practice. Let's continue warming up our knee joint for this practice today. The next thing we're going to do are knee raises. So you simply just lift your leg. You can support it by putting your hands underneath the top part of your leg. Just raise that and hold it. Engage your quadricep and feel that strength building up. Another option for the knee raise is to use your strap or your belt, whatever you're using. For that, then you can raise it like this, keeping your elbows to your sides and hold it up like that. Sometimes that can be a little easier and help you to sit up straighter. Do what works for you. The next practice will be knee extensions. So again, you can simply extend your knee and hold it out there, or you can use your strap. Your strap is your friend, and you can helps to open up that hip. Hips, knees, they're all connected. And you can bring that in. The strap is great for this. I highly recommend using this strap. Also, I realized that if you're recovering from knee replacement, you may not be able to bend your knee to a 90-degree angle yet. So you can adjust your block to put it under wherever you are at in your recovery at this time. So we begin with the knee raises, and I'm going to demonstrate with the strap. I like this. So you can really just relax, and you're engaging your quad. Yeah. And then lower it. And then next we will extend it out. You can decide whether you want to bend and extend, whether you just simply want to hold the bent knee for a while and then hold the knee extension for a while. You do what feels good in your body. Your body will let you know. And then the hip opener. Don't feel like you have to come way out here. You just come out a little bit. Bring it back in. We're ready to move on to some poses.
The next portion of our practice will be the warrior poses, Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. The warrior poses are great poses for overall development of the body. They help us with strength, balance, coordination, and alignment. We will begin with Warrior 1. So standing with your feet hip-width distance on your mat, feel your feet grounding to the earth, feel the energy rising through your legs, and maintaining those same principles of alignment that we practiced in mountain pose. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, drop one foot back into a train tracks position. You can use the chair for balance if you need it. Remember to adjust your core, drawing in your waistband to give you strength. You might feel like you can engage your gluteus muscle to provide strength and balance as well. If you feel like it, on an inhale, raise your arm slowly and take a few deep breaths here. Another option for Warrior 1 with a chair is to use it in front of you. So again, stepping close to the back of the chair, and take a deep breath, and on an exhale, dropping your foot back into a train tracks position. This allows you to use your hands for balance in front of you. And again, being aware of your alignment, drawing in your waistband, engaging your gluteus muscle to provide you with strength and balance.
I'll be demonstrating Warrior 1 in a chair. It can feel much more stable and a little safer until you're ready to get up on your own two legs, as Susan was when she demonstrated the standing version of Warrior 1. So to do it in a chair, you want to sit forward to the edge of your chair, come away from the back, and have a straight, neutral spine. Then we're going to actually turn to the side, and your right leg is going to be bent at whatever angle is comfortable for you. And then this leg will step back. So you have your front leg bent, and your back leg is behind you. And you can have the heel up, or you can put the heel down, whichever is more comfortable for you. The trick with Warrior 1 is you want to have your hips aligned to the direction that you're facing, and you can hold that pose for however many breaths as it feels comfortable. Now, one thing, if you're recovering from a surgery, doing all this business with that back leg could be a little bit tricky. Now, as I demonstrated on the other side, I just want to point out a couple of things when knees aren't bending or straightening the way we always want them to. So, for example, if the front leg, if you're not able to bend it quite this far yet, just put it wherever it's at and wherever it feels safe to you. For the back leg, if this is uncomfortable for you to make that motion, you can just keep it, if it needs to be straighter, just keep it wherever is comfortable for you. That is an option. We want you to be safe. We don't want you to have any pain. So as long as your alignment is good and you're feeling strong, that's the important part.
Our next standing pose is Warrior Two. Again, I'll be demonstrating some standing versions, and Janice will be just demonstrating the seated versions. To start with one standing version, we will utilize a chair. So you'll want the chair to the side of you. So again, grounding your feet hip-width distance apart and feeling the energy rising through your legs, keeping a micro bend in your knee. You can step 1 foot back into Warrior Two. Align your hips with the chair. The chair provides a good compass to help us know if our hip alignment is appropriate. Bending your knee, you can rest your hands on the chair, or you can extend one hand to the front, you can extend a hand to the back, or just rest your hands on the chair itself. And here you can play with balance, you can play with strength, and do what feels good to you. Hold this pose for several seconds or whatever feels good to you, and you can change it day by day to adjust your needs in your practice. A couple of more options for Warrior Two are to perform it at the wall. So one version at the wall is to bring your toes to the wall and step back into Warrior Two, stabilizing the pose with your hand at the wall and turning your shoulders and hips to face the side. And again, you can extend your hand out to the side. A second version of Warrior Two at the wall is to back your back foot up to the wall and place your hand on the wall. And then extend your front arm. And again, being cognizant of the fact that your hips should be square facing the side of your mat.
So Warrior Two in the chair. You might notice my chair is a little wonky here, but this is how it will best serve you when you do Warrior Two in the chair. So if I was sitting straight on the chair, I'd be here, but what I'm going to do is turn my body so that just my right side of my behind is on the corner of that chair, and I can step my back leg back straight, my front leg is bent, so this, and then my hips, instead of going this way like we did in Warrior One, I'm going to square them this way for Warrior Two. So you feel stable because you are on the chair, but your legs are able to relax in this position a little better by turning the chair a little bit to the cattywampus, if you will. Then for the arms, you can keep them here in prayer. You can put them out to the side and look out over that bent leg. Feeling strong, safe, and stable. So you can have one arm down in the back, or you can have both arms down. The main thing is to keep that neutral spine and to keep the hips squared, because they definitely want to turn this way. Let's look at it on the other side. So bring your legs together. Then we'll switch around. Switch our bottom. This is nice because you can hang onto the chair. Step back. And with Warrior Two, it's nice if you can get your whole foot down on the floor. You know, so put it where it feels comfortable. Front leg is bent. We have arms out to side, hips forward, forward. I like to even take my hips and kind of move them that way. Looking out over that front arm. Arms can be resting at sides, wherever is comfortable for you. And then when you're ready to come out, you can just face front, bring your legs in. We're ready to move on to the next part of our practice.
The next pose is called Sunbird Pose. It's a really great pose, again, for overall strength and stability and balance. I'll be performing it both at the chair and at the wall. So starting off at the chair, you'll want to line your feet up about hip-width distance apart, facing the chair, placing your hands on the back of the chair for balance and stability. Remember your alignment principles, running the energy through your legs into the ground and feeling the earth lovingly supporting you, keeping a micro bend in your knee, drawing in the waistband of your core, and softening your shoulders. The next step is to raise one hand towards the sky, and just raise it to wherever it feels comfortable to you. If you can only get it off the back of the chair that day, that's okay. If you're feeling good about things, you can raise it to the sky, all the way to the sky. The next step would be to slowly start to raise a heel off of the earth. Remember when you do this to keep that grounding leg strong and keep a micro bend in the knee. Eventually, if you can get the heel off, you can work towards extending the leg. The next version would be at the wall, and it's a similar concept. You would put your hands on the wall, and you can start by just raising one hand off of the wall. If that feels comfortable to you, you can work towards extending that arm towards the sky. And when that feels good, you can work towards extending one leg towards the back. Thank you.
To close our practice today, we are going to practice a mudra. It's the Matsya mudra. It's the gesture of the fish for osteoarthritis and joint health. And what you do is you put both hands, palms facing down, in front of your abdomen. Place the right hand over the left hand, and then your little thumbs are kind of out there swimming like the fins of a fish. Arms close into the body. And the mantra that goes with this mudra is, nourished by waves of feeling, I feel comfort in all the joints of my body. Nourished by waves of healing, I feel comfort in all the joints of my body. So let's keep that thought in our minds as we take 3 breaths to seal our practice.
Thank you for joining us for our yoga practice today.